I really like our mental approach right now early in the preseason. Guys have come in focused, great effort, understanding that this is a long-term season where you have to really get the most out of every day. I just like where we are right now as far as our focus and our effort each day in practice. Well, as a football coach, you always look at your line of scrimmage. I like that we have 3 returning linemen. We have Derek Mickelman at center, Hunter Pine at left guard, and Andres Gonzalez at right guard. And defensively, we have Michael Lorman and also Messiah Porter showed some good length in the preseason and also played last spring. So I think those guys in the trenches actually help us. I think that's where we're going to win and lose football games. Yeah, young rosters are good. Sometimes you hope you're served by youth. At the same point, I like the enthusiasm they bring and the competition they bring. So as whether they're freshmen playing in their first season of collegiate ball or sophomores who actually, some of them probably played in the one game last spring, it's a really fresh approach for everyone understanding how to prepare on and off the field. And I think it's really, breeded success as far as competition within the program. I think competition within the program is probably the highest it's been since I've been here because of the young people that are in the program right now. Yeah, well, with 3 young quarterbacks, I say young incoming freshmen, and we have Frank DeMeo, who was an all-academic team, one of our better receivers in 2019, and we moved him to the quarterback position in the spring scrimmage, the game that we had in the spring. He did a great job as far as understanding the philosophy of our offense and concepts, so we're very happy with him as far as physically, but more importantly, Frank brings all the intangibles as a leadership on and off the field. So we're excited to have him back, and hopefully he can bring some of that leadership and mentor some of the young guys that are in the program right now, because Frank is our quarterback, and Frank does a great job as far as understanding what we're trying to accomplish. Again, our receivers, we have some experience there with Jeremy Colon, who played very well also in the spring, and also Nadir Orsini, our outside guys. We think they possess game breaking threats on the outside, and our interior receivers, there's a multitude of freshmen and underclassmen that'll be competing for playing time at the same point. Just like we talked about the secondary, our offensive receivers, which we have an abundance of, they're able to compete and make us better as a program. Okay, our running backs, again, we're really running backs by committee. There's 3 running backs. So we have a freshman, a sophomore. We actually have 2 freshmen, a sophomore, a junior. From the tailbacks position, we have a senior also that's going to give us some experience. And then on the fullback position, we have fullback Joe Mangelli. But from the tailback position, we give you a different look. So I think anytime that our tailbacks get on the field, that's something good's going to happen. Well, I like our linebacking core. I think we have 2 experienced linebackers. Jamal Reedus is a junior. Anthony Garino, played well in the spring. He brings us some experience there. We have young freshmen there, but could really come from good programs and have done very well in the preseason. And our kicking game, I think our kicking game, we have 2 experienced kickers, whether it be a punter or a place kicker. And I'm always concerned about the operation, especially early on in the preseason. You saw in the games, week 1, special teams played a big role. I'm sure special teams will play a big role early on in the season for us. We just hope we were on top of our game and able to simulate and practice what needs to be done on the special teams. I would like to think, there's going to be some pleasant surprises as far as anyone being primed. I like the athleticism we have overall in our secondary. I think our secondary is very athletic, and I expect big things from them and able to hold their own. And I also expect, our stable of running backs is like there's a multiple group of running backs that can get on the field and make something happen. Where anytime you get to play 4 games home, hopefully we play well at home. And also traveling, there's traveling on a daily travel and an overnight travel. You hope that your young guys understand how to handle that. And I think we have one thing we haven't talked about is the experience that we have here. The guys that are left, the junior class that are now became seniors, and the sophomores that became juniors this past fall. Those sprinkling of guys within the program are trying to show them how the culture, how to do things, that hold each other accountable. I think that's very important, that we understand that in our program that we can hold each other accountable and do the right things. I think that'll go a long way as far as looking at the schedule, whether it be a home game or away. Our approach has to be the same as far as complete focus. Again, I want them to lead by example, model the behavior that we want here on and off the field, and at the same point understand that when you take the step from being a high school student athlete to a college student athlete, that all the things that come with it, especially early on in the season, can be a little bit overwhelming. And I hope that our senior and junior leadership can really show the way for the young men to be successful. Expectations, that's always a trick word or a great question. If we just handle our own business and stay within ourselves and worry about what we do as Cole University, I think, the sky is the limit as far as what we can do. But at the same point, we can't get caught up in looking at scoreboard, looking at other teams. Long as what we're doing on a daily basis, being on time, communicating, doing all the little things, I think the expectations for the team can be, be met at a high level.